Sorry, just more drama kicked off on my end. Anyway, keeping on topic, I'll sort all that out after. It's really not. Well, it is important, but there's always something nowadays, it seems, anyway, so I'll sort it out after. Staying on topic of the video because, you know, drama's going to be there regardless of if I go live or not. So, keeping to the topic of the video, today we're going to be doing a little bit of cooking. Just basic stuff in the slow cookers and talk about the new Mastodon singles, telling you my thoughts, which track I liked best so far. We have 3 songs. The most recent single just came out a couple of days ago, and it's fair to say that all 3 singles have been fucking amazing. I was really apprehensive following Brett's death, but I think it's safe to say they've fucking pulled it off once again. 3 more amazing Mastodon songs, some of their best to date, honestly. I mean, their last album, Hushed and Grim, was one of my favourites of that year in 2022, and they've once again fucking pulled it off and shown us exactly why Mastodon, with or without Brett, I mean, Brett's passing was fucking hard for us all, right, but I think it's safe to say they've fucking pulled it off pretty well. So, I mean, Your Ghost Again is a fucking banger. Snakes for Dinner, been heavy on my rotation the last few months since it came out, which was around start of July. And then the brand new one that literally hit just 2,000 as it's so fresh out, which honestly, no, I still think Snakes for Dinner is my favourite so far. In the Ruins is probably a close second. Just such a stonery, doomy. It's probably the heaviest one of the singles yet, but then Snakes for Dinner was really, really heavy as well. Yeah, I'm going to be going in depth on what I thought of 3 singles, but honestly, yeah, let's crack on. Just a couple of bits in the slow cooker. Nothing too fancy. Yeah, just had notification that more stuff is kicking off in hometown, because that's exactly what happens in Great Yarmouth. There's always some little fucking bastard starting shit on someone. So predictable. So predictable. But yeah, we're getting some Chicago Town on tonight. And some garlic baguettes. Chips. Yeah, McCain chips. In the air fryer. Hoping I can throw them pizzas straight in as well, as it will be easier if I can. Probably yeah, 20 minutes in the oven. I guess that'll have to do. I'm fucking hungry tonight, so I might as well just throw all these chips on. I should eat sometimes if I'm going through shit. I mean, I'm gonna go into it, but had the absolute fucking day from hell, so just shove a fucking load of chips on. I'll be feeling better in no time. Just fucking ridiculous shit. But yeah, we'll carry on with the topic hand in a moment. I'm just getting my dinner on. And why I think the last 3 Mastodon songs have been absolute career highlights, and been looking for an excuse to talk about them, in all honesty. Especially considering how much I enjoyed the last album. So about 18 to 20 minutes on both. Made myself a cuppa in a bit, just getting all my stuff ready, and then yeah, crack on as I always do. Just had the absolute fucking day from now, especially following up all that bullying. It seems like the head's just like spinning at the minute. It just feels like there's no way out. Sweating with this heat as well. I nearly collapsed in the doctor's earlier. So freaking hot. Honestly, it feels like nowadays people aren't fucking happy unless there's some shit going on. Honestly, people love drama and it fucking pisses me off. Anyway, we're waiting on my food to be done, so let's talk Mastodon for a little bit. And get my copies of my two favourite Mastodon CDs, which I have here somewhere. My collection is in a bit of a state at the minute, so might take me a minute just to find what I'm looking for exactly. I have quite the collection, but where are we now? Where are we now? It might be in my bedroom. As I said, my collection is in quite the mess at the minute. Sorry, my CD collection. I can't find anything right now. I need a good... Here we go. So, you're probably not aware, as I've spoke about Mastodon very little. I did do a post on Leviathan not so long ago, which is my #1 favourite Mastodon album. I don't own that one. I have Huston Grim, Blood Mountain, and Crack the Sky for now. But my all-time favourite is Leviathan, and I wanted to talk about the most recent singles, Your Ghosts Again, Snakes for Dinner, and its title is It's Literally a Day Old. But, impressions so far, Your Ghosts Again, one of the most catchy and infectious songs so far. I mean, Snakes for Dinner literally came out as I went on holiday to Hastings, so I jammed that one a lot more. I really enjoyed Your Ghost Again as well, but it didn't quite hit me as hard as the second one, which will probably end up on my year-end Spotify Wrapped. And then the new one, which I'm really enjoying as well. The two most recent ones seem a lot heavier than Your Ghost Again, which is more of that simple, you know, anthemic lead single that Mastodon tends to go for, but it's a really good track as well. And I saw recently when I was in HMV that they've done a deluxe version, a beautiful deluxe version of Crack the Sky, which I really want to get. It's like 60 quid or so, so I may have to wait a while, but I'm really wanting to get my hands on that version of Crack the Sky. It's like a really beautiful deluxe version. I think it might be 2 discs, but it's got really, really pretty sort of shiny artwork of the album. And as an album that means a lot to me, I would love to get that particular copy of the album. But for now, I'm very happy with this. I am going to be playing it tonight. Crack the Sky by Mastodon. And my backstory with Mastodon. So, I'm a die-hard Tony Hawk fan. And how I initially found out about Mastodon at a very young age was through the song Iron Tusk, which was featured in Tony Hawk Underground, or was it Underground 2? Underground 2. or was it American Wasteland? It was one of the old Tony Hawk games, but I think it might have been Underground 2. I think it was Underground 2, because that's the one that also had 3 inches of blood on it as well. Yeah, that was how I initially first got exposed to Mastodon, was through the song Iron Tusk, which probably explains why it's my number one. A lot of people prefer Crack the Sky as they came in later, but for me, Tony Hawk started it off. And that was how I first initially... A lot of people came on with as well, as Colony of Birchmen was featured on that game as well, which is another favourite of mine. I remember that song at the time as well was featured in Warriors of Rock, I believe, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, which is a little bit later. But yeah, as I said, I initially found out about Mastodon through Iron Tusk in the Tony Hawk game. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Underground 2. But yeah, new album, Brett gone a couple of years ago, which was absolutely tragic. It's going to be called Marrow Deep, the new album, and I will be getting it on release day. Hushed and Grim was an absolute scorcher, 2-discer as well, so plenty of material to soak into, and I can comfortably say it's probably my 5th favourite. I think Remission, Blood Mountain, Crack the Sky would be my 2nd, and Leviathan is my favourite, but I think Blood Mountain, Crack the Sky, and Leviathan is like the unholy trinity of Mastodon albums. And yeah, later on as well, the more I got into Tony Hawk when I was a little bit older, Mastodon have, I think March of the Fire Ants might be featured in the first Underground, which is probably where I got confused. Or was it Crusher Destroyer? I think it was Crusher Destroyer. Yeah, Crusher Destroyer is featured in Underground 1, and Iron Tusk is featured in Underground 2. That's where I got confused. But yeah, I got into Mastodon through Tony Hawk. That was how I initially discovered Mastodon around that time. I mean, Leviathan was the thing at that time. Obviously, Blood and Fire as well was featured in Need for Speed as well, which got me very quick on the hype at the time. And by the time Blood Mountain came out, they were really starting to blow up. And obviously with a Guitar Hero feature as well. And it's easy to see why they're still one of the most acclaimed bands. I mean, they're still going strong despite Brett's passing, which was absolutely tragic. And yeah, really good to see that they're still this good this far into their career. And I'm really looking forward to the album Marrow Deep. It comes out at the end of this month, and it's going to be really interesting to see. I think with it being the first one without Brett as well, for us Mastodon diehards, it's really going to put it to the test. Are they going to deliver, you know, with such a prominent member of the band? I mean, he was supposedly one of the nicest people you'd ever meet as well, and as the first one with, it's really going to put it to the test. Are they or aren't they going to release? I really hope we get another great album. As I said, Hushed and Grim, one of the best of their career, and I really can't wait for the new album. And I think that's just about my food done, but I wanted an excuse to talk about these recent ass-kicking Mastodon songs. And if you haven't heard Mastodon and you've been watching this video, check them out. They're amazing. You owe it to yourself. And new album at the end of the month, so if you end up really liking their songs, I'd say if you're not into them, like if you're more of a casual fan just discovering, I would say check out Show Yourself, High Road, The Motherload, Steam Breather, just to name a few. And then maybe go back to, say, Oblivion and Colony of Birchmen, and then just work your way back. I mean, personally, Leviathan is my favourite album, but it's probably not one I'd get into for, like, straight away if I was more of a casual listener. I mean, even for me, when I first discovered Iron Tusk, that is some fucking heavy stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, to ever watched, and really looking forward to the new Mastodon album. And yeah, till next time. Thank you. I said not gone off.